Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. In today's video, we are going to talk about my top favorite orange nail polishes. I believe I have 10 colors to talk about. This video was inspired by Polish with Ray here on YouTube. So Ray, thank you so much for the inspiration. So we have, I believe, 10 polishes to talk about. We've got some drugstore in here, and then we've got some indie-based polishes as well. So let's go ahead and turn the camera around and get into it. Really quickly, I wanted to share with you guys what is on my nails in this video. So I ended up having a polish in my Halloween section that I wanted to try and wear. And with polishes like this, I try to coordinate whatever the flakies or the glitters are. So this one is a White Crowley from Rogue Lacquer. This is a Rogue Haunting. It was her mystery polish for 2023. We have this one by China Glaze. This is I Got a Blue Attitude. This is a new polish I got in a mystery box, and this is gorgeous. This is such a pretty polish. It is a purple cream, but it's got a little bit of blue shimmer. So for the orange, I pulled this one. This is Good as Marigold by China Glaze. On two nails on my left hand, and then on my right hand, I just have it on one nail. I will say the formula is not great with this one. You could see down here on my middle nail, it's a little bit sheer, a little streaky. This is 3 coats, but I feel like it's just a little streaky, not one of their best formulas. I did also put a wide brush on this as well, which helps, but it is a little bit sheer, a little thin in formula. So the first polish we're going to talk about is this one from Rogue Lacquer. This is Everything is Fine. This is her Hot Mess Express Neon Polish. This is one of my favorites. My camera is toning this down a little bit. It is bright in your face neon orange. This is a straight up orange. One of my favorites. I've wore it I don't know how many times so far. So this is 2 coats of. Next up we have a couple polished for days. So we have this one, which is Astrobright from the Night Glow collection. This is a really gorgeous polish. One of my top picks for her Night Glow collection. Even the Day Glow polishes are great, and we have another one we'll talk about. This one is one I know I wore recently. I believe this was put over, I think I paired these 2 polishes together in a manicure, which they worked beautifully together, by the way, but this is a really beautiful orange that has some pink shimmer in it. So on my swatch, I believe this is 3 coats. So there is 3 coats of Astrobright from Polished for Days. The next one for Polished for Days is from the Day Glow collection. This is Neon Surge. This one is a little bit more peachy coral. So I want to put them side by side here. So we have Astrobright on the right and then Neon Surge on the left. Both of these are very, very similar polishes, but on the nail, they are totally different. So this is that in 2 coats, I believe. So here you can see them side by side. We have Astrobright on the left and then Neon Surge on the right. Definitely very different polishes. Astrobright is more saturated and a brighter orange, whereas the one in Neon Surge is that it's a hint pinker leaning, peachy coral, something like that, and the color shifts of those shimmers are different as well. Next we have an orange cream, and this one has become a top favorite of mine. This is Victorian Varnish Steam Pumpkin. This was her Fall Creams limited edition release for this year. You guys have seen it talked about in a video. I've wore it in a manicure. Love this polish, and it's like $8. So you can't beat that for a great cream. So this is 2 coats of Steam Pumpkin from Victorian Varnish. I did also want to compare the Victorian Varnish shade to what I have on right now, which is China Glaze Good as Marigold. On camera, they're going to be looking similar, but in person, they are totally different polishes. The Victorian Varnish shade is much more of that pumpkin orange, whereas China Glaze is that marigold orange. Definitely 2 different colors, but on camera, they probably look very similar to you guys because they look similar to me on camera. But I love that polish from Victorian Varnish. Her creams have become one of my favorites. So next up, this is one that I wore over that Victorian Varnish orange recently. This is Wildflower Lacquer's Banana Butt. This is an orange base with gold to yellow to orange shimmer. This one's gorgeous. It also looks great over black too. This is such a beautiful polish, and I love the layering capabilities that it gives me. So in my swatch here, this is 3 coats of Banana Butt. It is a really fun polish. It's definitely more of like that goldeny orange versus some of those other ones we've talked about, but I love how this one looks, especially over a base color. Top notch, one of my favorites. Next up, we have a polish from Wildflower Lacquer. This is Cloudberry. This is part of her jeweled collection. This is, again, one of my top picks because it is perfect for this time of year. It is a gorgeous polish. I wore it recently, so I'll try to insert pictures. This one's beautiful. I did only do 2 coats in that manicure, and I really should have gone in for a third because it is a little bit more of a squishy base, but you've got those holographic flakes in here that just take this up to a whole new level. It is a beautiful polish. So on my swatch, I believe this is 2 coats of Cloudberry. It's the perfect pumpkin orange, but then you add that holographic sparkle to this. This is beautiful. A little bit squishy though, so I wish I would have done 3 coats in that manicure. I believe this is 3 coats on my swatch for this one, but it is gorgeous. Now we're moving into mainstreams for the end of this. So we have this one from OPI. I have a couple from OPI here. This is Have Your Panettone and Eat It Too. This is a cult classic on social media, YouTube. There's a lot of us that are wearing this polish, and I love it. It is a great, like, pumpkin-y, squash-colored orange. Formula of this one is great. I haven't wore it in a couple years. This is 2 coats. Beautiful shade. It definitely is that pumpkin orange. One of my absolute favorites. I have heard Carolina from Gotta Love Polish talk about this polish, and I believe she's the reason I bought it when I found it, because I've heard her talk about it a few times. I think she wears it every fall. And the other OPI we have, this is another cult classic. This is It's a Piazza Cake. I have heard of this from Diana from Some Call Me Coco. She has raved about this polish, and I knew I had to pick it up. And I don't know if I found this online or if it was a TJ Maxx purchase, but it is fantastic. So I'm going to do a quick side-by-side here. So we have Your Panettone and Eat It Too on the left, and then It's a Piazza Cake on the right. So you could definitely tell there are 2 different colors. You've got more of that pumpkin-y squash color on the left, and then that almost like pumpkin spice terracotta color on the right. The last polish we have is this one by Essie. This is Playing Koi. This is another cult classic among the polish community. This is one that I've had on my list, and I think I waited quite a while before I picked it up, and I don't remember where I ended up getting this one at, but this is that like rusty pumpkin-y shade. I want to compare it to Spice to Meet You from China Glaze. So this is what those look like side by side. They're very similar, but different at the same time. The Essie polish is a much deeper shade, and then when I put it up against It's a Piazza Cake from OPI, they're similar, but the Essie polish is still a hint deeper in color. This again is a great polish for this time of year. It's been a while since I wore it. I need to try to pull it out again. This is a great, great polish. So in my swatch here, this is 2 coats of Playing Koi. Here you could see it up against It's a Piazza Cake. Actually, that is China Glaze Spice to Meet You. I apologize. And then we have It's a Piazza Cake here. So you can see they're definitely different between all 3 of those. Very, very great, very nice polishes for this time of year for sure. So there we have it. That wraps up my favorite oranges. Let me know down below if you have any of these polishes, if you have any favorites that we have talked about today. I will list all of the information down below for like groups where you can potentially buy polishes if some of these are unavailable. I will list everything we talked about in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you in the next one.